Viewers, today our politics has taken a turn for the worst. Setting a shocking precedent, Mamata Banerjee has decided to block Modi from Bengal. Sources tell Times Now that the Prime Minister sought time from Mamata Banerjee to hold a review meeting to coordinate relief work in the aftermath of Cyclone Fani. But Mamata Banerjee responded with a derisive jab that sets a dangerous precedent. She came out and said that the Prime Minister of this country is not my Prime Minister. Modi is not my Prime Minister. We are not going to take orders from anyone. We are independent people. We are no one's vassals or servants. Listen to this.
আমি ইলেকশনের সময় আপনার সাথে গ্যাস শেয়ার করব না, এটা মাথায় দিয়ে রাখুন। তার কারণ আমি তো আপনাকে নিয়ে কোনো প্রধানমন্ত্রী মানি না। নতুন প্রধানমন্ত্রী হলে তাকে বলবো।
Prime Minister, taken aback, has slammed Mamata Banerjee for arrogantly attempting to position Bengal as her personal fief independent of India. Listen to him.
चक्रवात के संबंध में मैंने ममता दीदी से फोन पर बात करने की कोशिश की थी, लेकिन दीदी का अहंकार इतना ज्यादा है कि उन्होंने मुझसे बात नहीं की। मैं इंतजार करता रहा कि शायद दीदी वापस मुझे फोन करे, लेकिन उन्होंने फोन नहीं किया। मैंने फिर भी उन्हें दोबारा फोन किया। मैं पश्चिम बंगाल के लोगों के लिए चिंता में था, इसलिए ममता दीदी से बात करना चाहता था। वो यहां की मुख्यमंत्री है, लेकिन दीदी ने दूसरी बार भी मुझसे बात नहीं की। आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि दीदी को अपनी राजनीति कितनी ज्यादा चिंता है। उन्हें पश्चिम बंगाल के लोगों की परवाह नहीं है। देश के लोगों के हितों के ऊपर राजनीति करने की इसी आदत ने हमेशा देश का नुकसान किया है। स्पीड ब्रेकर दीदी के इसी रवैये की वजह से पश्चिम बंगाल के विकास पर ब्रेक लगा हुआ है।
There you heard it, viewers. Now, Mamata's unilateralism is in sharp contrast to the embrace of federalism demonstrated by her Orissa counterpart, Naveen Patnaik. Now, I'm going to show you some visuals, viewers, from earlier today. This is the first picture that you're seeing to the extreme left of your screens. Here, Prime Minister Modi and Naveen Patnaik are holding a joint aerial survey of the state to assess the damage or the extent of damage caused by the extreme or severe cyclonic storm. The second picture that I'm going to show you, and let's put that out, Nizam Bhai. 1,000 crore relief package for Orissa was then announced in this joint review meeting. You're seeing those pictures. Then, of course, the Prime Minister also goes on to praise the good work of Naveen Babu, as he affectionately refers to him. There you can see that was at the airport as he left, both hands in a clench. And there seems to be a cordiality that underwrites this relationship. Now, this cordiality is on display even though Naveen Patnaik knows that the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state of Orissa is perhaps his bête noire. The one party that can actually upset equations for him. But that hasn't stopped Naveen Patnaik from coming out and cooperating in the larger interests of public service with the center. Mamata has forgotten that India has a long-standing history of cooperative federalism, viewers, and I want to put out some hard facts. I think she's forgotten. In 2013, when the Sardar Patel Museum was coming up, then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and then Chief Minister Modi shared a platform at the inauguration, even when both these individuals did not share the best of relations. They set that aside for one India. In 2008, post Ahmedabad blast, the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and then Chief Minister Modi both went to visit the blast victims. And we all know there was no love lost between these two individuals. 2003, Ambedkar Memorial. Then Prime Minister Vajpayee with then Chief Minister Dikshit laid the foundation for the Ambedkar Memorial. Now many people will say Vajpayee was a different sort of Prime Minister, wasn't dictatorial, etc., etc. Well, it depends on your perspective, viewers. 1994, India versus Pakistan at the United Nations, then Prime Minister Rao handpicks Vajpayee to represent India in Kashmir, for the issue. This is a spirit of bipartisanship that carries the country through, helps build that very important relationship between the center and the state that holds us together. And I want to, on the back of what we have seen today, ask some basic questions, viewers, because these are instances that tell us that something more disturbing is at work. That perhaps Mamata Banerjee has put narrow partisan interests over the larger national interest. Is that really a fact? Let's throw this open. I'm joined this evening by an eloquent panel, and I just hope that all of us discuss this issue with a semblance of restraint and, of course, decency. And I want to begin first by asking Sabha Naqvi, senior journalist, a very direct question. Do you think today Mamata Banerjee has in some ways let down this spirit of federalism, of a bipartisan consensus that is so essential for a mazboot Bharat, for a mazboot India?
So Rahul, very frankly, I like the fact that you played those images from the past, and it's good that we jog our memory of how things can be, how civil we can be. But in the matter of Mamata Banerjee versus Prime Minister Modi, even Prime Minister Modi has crossed the threshold also. Especially when he said that 40 MLAs in the middle of an election, that kind of statement. He has not made those statements about Naveen Patnaik. He has targeted Mamata Banerjee. That statement that 40 MLAs are in touch with me, it was to my view illegal. It's up to the election commission, whatever be their standing, in the middle of a general election. That too for a Prime Minister to say that about a Chief Minister, that was a serious threshold. Secondly, I'd like to state this here. This whole issue, first of all, Orissa has been very severely impacted. Bengal has not. And there are issues, it has not. Now, you have taken the battle. Mamata Banerjee is always, there's a camera there, he gave bites about Mamata Banerjee, he's gone to the ground and he's spoken about her again. Show me such targets about Naveen Patnaik. Mamata Banerjee has been specially targeted.
Maybe, one second, let's just break this down. Let's break this down. It's not as if the Prime Minister, who was then Chief Minister of Gujarat, and Dr. Manmohan Singh, who was a Prime Minister under the UPA, had a great relationship. You know what was said. I don't want to go over.
I would like to
but
say
someone rose.
Vajpayee would never
someone rose
like
to the
this.
occasion. No, I'm talking about the Chief Minister.
Never have said the
Narendra Modi.
Prime Minister Modi has said.
Nonetheless, it calls upon a certain maturity. And what was the Prime Minister doing? He wasn't there point scoring. He was going out there to ensure that there was enough coordination. So at the end of the day, lives were not lost. So people survived, so that relief and rescue is available. So Sama Naqvi, surely, this is an issue which is of a materially different circumstance,
But
and in
the
the
issue
hurly-burly of
passed, the
elections,
cyclone
I mean the
passed,
hurly-burly
Rahul.
of, no, but the
The
same Mamata
cyclone
Banerjee has
passed.
gone back to...
The cyclone
No,
passed 2
the
days
same, would you
ago.
not agree, the same Mamata Banerjee has lobbied the centre for a special provision. The same Nitish Kumar, who had a frosty relationship also with Prime Minister Modi,
here's
got
my
over
answer.
it, went...
Here's my answer. I have covered cyclones. There was a terrible cyclone called Cyclone Ochi, which hit Kanyakumari, where the BJP has an MP. Prime Minister never went. There have been national disasters. Prime Minister has
Pick up
never
the
gone.
phone. Tell
Never
Mr.
gone.
Modi,
No,
I'm
asking
not
you
interested,
that.
sir.
What was it about
We've
going
had,
to a state which was not
we've been
impacted?
thankfully spared.
Why did he feel this urge to go on voting day to the state that is not impacted? Mamata Banerjee took 2 days off. She
So
was
the Prime
there.
Minister
No,
must
no,
not
he can.
inquire
Of course
if
he can
there
go.
is
But
requirement
check
for
into the
relief.
protocol.
He should not.
Did he check the protocol? I do not know the
He
protocol
called.
for
He
it.
called. I mean,
He went to the press and he spoke at a public rally.
no,
That is what he
no.
did.
So you don't
You
trust
know?
your Prime Minister.
I'm not. I'm
Miss
making a
Mamata
point
Banerjee
about
has
public.
blocked the CBI. Let's look a little bit at the pathology. Blocked the CBI, bullied central forces, say I don't trust them. She has a problem, a paranoia.
I mean, you
Many
do
people
know
will
that
say with the
Mukul
centre.
Roy had
Okay.
CBI cases against him. He joined the BJP, and what happened to those cases?
So what?
Do you
Many
know that?
people-
And his
many
son is still
people-
in the
many
Trinamool
people go
Congress.
this way, that
Hemanta
way.
Biswa Sarma has cases
But why
against
are we
him.
mixing up
No,
the
no.
larger national
Are
interests
you-
with the pull and the
I mean,
tug
I don't know
of
what
daily
your idea of
politics?
national interest is. I'm stating facts. That
Okay,
the Prime
so the
Minister has
public
not gone
interest
for
doesn't
national
matter, the
disaster,
national interest doesn't
and
matter.
Today he found it so urgent.
Okay, let
to
me
go
bring in
there.
GVR Narasimha Rao. GVR Narasimha Rao, what's the issue? Are you politicizing this? Is the Prime Minister deliberately jumping in to a discourse, deliberately provoking Mamata Banerjee because he wants to score political points? The state, Sabha Naqvi says, has not been fortunately affected by this cyclone.
Rahul, what is the politics about it? I think the Prime Minister, in the middle of a very hectic campaigning, he's actually taken all the time that is required to ensure that the cyclone does not really affect populace of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh,
It was already
and
passed.
he took all
It
the
had
care
passed.
required to ensure that
It
the
was not
impact of this is
affecting.
not felt.
Anyway.
And no, it's okay.
It was over. It had moved.
But
The cycle had gone.
He was wanting
Devastated
to speak to
Odisha
her.
moved on.
No, Sabha Naqvi, can I have my say?
No, of course. I was just trying to do a factual
I think
accuracy.
you should not be this journalist like. No, but
No,
you
I
should
am
not
going
be
with
wanting
facts.
to
The
dictate
cyclone had passed.
what the BJP leaders would speak in. I don't know why you are rattled. Let me just put my
No, I'm
point of
not.
view across.
No, I'm not.
I did
I'm
not
really
interrupt when you were speaking. Please let me have my say. Okay, so the Prime Minister, despite hectic election scheduling, he did not say I'm in the midst of an election, therefore I have no time for this. He took care to ensure that he spoke to the Chief Minister of Odisha. He wanted to speak to the Chief Minister of West Bengal, but she was somehow not willing to do, not even willing to do on matters concerning governance. I think we can all set aside politics, at least when we are talking about the welfare of the people of West Bengal. And I think when Prime Minister talked, I think she was complaining that Prime Minister did not talk about MLAs in Odisha, but mentioned about this in Bengal. But Prime Minister talked about Mamata Banerjee sending him sweets and kurtas once in a while. He did not say that of Naveen Patnaik. But I think whatever you speak is based on what happens.
Okay,
what
let
is
me
the
ask.
nature of
Let me bring in
relationship
Mr.
with the leader
Bhadoria.
or with the state.
Okay, so you're saying that Mamata Banerjee acts very selectively. Mr. Bhadoria, I want to ask you, if Mamata can send kurtas to Modi in political self-interest, then why can't she cooperate to serve India? It's a simple question. What's the problem? Not my Prime Minister, she says. What does she mean? Is she a separatist?
I'm not privy to what kind of dresses Modi ji receives from from either from Mamata Banerjee or from the diamond merchants. I am not privy to all that, so I have nothing to say on that. But on political issue, let me say this, that Modi ji is the least that you can trust on genuine federalism. The manner in which he acted in Goa, the manner in which he acted on Uttaranchal, the manner in which he has acted in Manipur, I think there is one Prime Minister who will be doubted about his genuine commitment to federalism. Number one. Number two, the discourse that he has brought, the level to which he has brought down, of course it did not become of Modi ji as a Prime Minister when he said that he is going to get 40 MLAs defected. Similarly, his remarks on former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and to say that he died because he was corrupt is something I think the nation will never forgive him for these kind of comments. I think the Prime Minister himself has lowered the prestige of the
Where were you,
institution
sir,
of Prime
when Rahul
Minister.
Gandhi was
Having
calling
said all this,
the
is
Prime
now we
Minister
are in
a
the field
chore?
of politics.
Where were you? Where were you when Rahul
Well,
Gandhi, without
you
proof,
know,
called the Prime Minister a chore? That's okay.
Do I have to remind you?
That's okay.
Do I have to remind you
Who's
that
not
in
there to
Parliament
defend
the
himself?
BJP MPs were calling Manmohan Singh a chore in the well of
All
the
I'm
House?
asking you, sir,
Do
where
I
was
have
the
to remind you
concern
about
then?
it?
No.
So
Sir, many people will say that VP Singh
no, I'm
called
only saying-
Rajiv Gandhi also a chore.
Do you think
There
is
was
it the
enough
same?
evidence
Do
to
you
suggest that
think-
the party
no,
at that
do you
time.
think that
No,
calling
VP
a
Singh's
person-
outfit was also
No,
running
do
through
you
the
think
street
the
saying
Bhopal
"Gali
matter-
gali mein shor hai." No, let's not forget those
Well,
things.
I want to know
No, so
about
I am not going into that. I am talking about
the man speaking of his
I
name.
am talking about Mamata Banerjee saying, and quite frankly being contemptuous
Rahul Shivshankar
of
ji,
the mandate.
I have a lot of respect for you.
So listen
Let
to me.
me say this. Do you hold the statement of Rajiv Gandhi and to talk about corruption at the same level? I mean, a person who has been martyred
Sir,
by terrorists.
Sir,
do you hold it at
the
the same
same
level? I
Rajiv
think
Gandhi
the Prime
came
Minister has
out, the
brought
same
down the
Rajiv
institution
Gandhi
at
came
the
out,
lowest
sir,
level
and he
has gone
rationalized
below the belt.
the butchery of Sikhs in this country. The same
it is
Rajiv
not
Gandhi.
rationalization.
So today, let's
Nation
not,
will
look,
never
1 minute, sir, please.
historically
Look, let's
forgive
not,
Mr.
I'm tired of
Modi
people
for
coming
these
out here
utterances.
and
The nation
whitewashing
will never
history
forgive Modi ji for
because
these
it
utterances.
sounds insensitive to inquire into the past. Yes, the poor
No,
man,
no, no,
the
the
poor
nation,
man
Modi
was
ji may have
blown
said
to
it in a
smithereens
fair-
and no one
Modi ji may have
deserves,
said it,
excuse
but I
me
think he will
sir,
never-
no
I
one
think the
deserves,
nation will always-
listen 1 minute.
This statement of Modi ji will always hound him. This statement of Modi ji will always hound him.
What nonsense.
Okay, listen, you're off on some tangent tonight, Mr. Bhadoria. We are talking about Mamata Banerjee. I don't understand where the Rajiv Gandhi statement is coming in. I really don't understand this. What has this got to do
That
with...
is why Mamata Banerjee and the likes of Mamata Banerjee have this attitude towards Mr. Modi.
Okay, that's the attitude. This is the reason they find him coarse. They find him, in some senses, reprehensible because he uses barbs, etc., poisonous language, and then when they hit back, he plays victim. Is that the problem, Mr. Ranganathan? Is that the problem?
Well, for a beginning, let me just tell you that Mr. Bhadoria is here and he has lied yet again. I had the unfortunate experience of meeting him 2 days ago in a Times Now program, and when I corrected his lies, he jumped on me, and he does that, and he's done that to you as well.
In what sense?
He actually changes the tap. Now he started again. Now you had your time. Now quiet.
Please, Mr.
Absolute
Ranganathan,
quiet.
don't
Have
call
some
me a
manners.
liar. If you are
You
going
got
to
away
use
last
this
time
language,
because I
I'm
was
off your
polite.
show. This is
I will not be
absurd.
polite. Please respect the decorum
No,
of the debate.
I will not be on the show. If
Quiet.
he's going to call me a liar, I'm off your
Well,
show.
he just
Rahul
lied
Shivshankar.
because he said,
Either
the Prime
restrain
Minister
this
said.
kind
Okay,
of
gentlemen, 1 minute.
person
Let me
or
just
I'm
step
not
in here.
on the show.
Rajiv
1
Gandhi
second.
was corrupt,
No,
that's why he
you-
died.
I
That's
will
his
use
statement.
this
You can
word.
play
One
it back
second.
5 minutes ago.
Nobody, you are not from any political
Absolute
party. You are just a
uncouth person.
paratrooper. You are
One
just
second.
a
No, come on,
paratrooper.
come on. Calm down. Calm down.
You
Both
are
of you,
not
calm down.
a
Knock it off.
supporter.
1 second,
You are
Call
Mr.
me, I'm from
You
VHP.
are
The
just
guy
a
knows
paratrooper.
nothing about
Mr.
facts, nothing about
Ranganathan,
science.
I
It's
have
just
Okay, Mr. Bhadoria,
Pedestrian
1
and
second.
disgraceful.
Stuff, yeah.
That
Okay,
he
1
changes
second.
his
Let's
tack.
get to the point. What is the
Yes.
point? I'm asking you a simple, straightforward question.
Yeah.
Has the Prime Minister lowered the bar? Has he invited this? Because you have panelists here saying that it is the Prime Minister who has lowered the bar. It is the Prime Minister who set up this discourse in the manner because he has made coarse statements. Okay, Mr. Bhadoria, calm down.
Let me just put it this way, Rahul. You know, I would have probably chosen.
Mr. Ranganath, I respect everybody, but if he calls me a liar, I'm off your debate.
Okay, he won't. Let's not get personal. Let's get into the conversation. Let's get into the conversation.
All right, but I can say that at least.
Yeah, you can say he's misleading, but don't call him a liar. Say that he might be misleading, he might be wrong on facts, it's fine.
He might have lied, but he's not a liar. Right.
Okay.
Now, maybe that's acceptable to him. Now, what I'm saying is, I might have chosen.
Oh, come on! I don't need your certificates, Ranganathan.
Okay. Now, gentlemen, please.
Enough of you.
Then you
Okay.
dream of.
1 second. Both of you have come into this debate with some history. Can we please get to the point? Can we please rise and don't? No, please. No one is being faded out. I want to ask you a simple question. What's the issue here?
You know, this has just gone on.
Let's get into the
as I
issue.
was saying, I would have probably chosen different words, but at the same time, to accuse the Prime Minister of saying what he said is, you know, he's lowered the bar. Oh my God, the dignity is gone. At the end of the day, if you quote him exactly, and I would request you, Rahul, to quote it because he said it in Hindi.
Okay.
What was the exact words that the Prime Minister used?
Please do go ahead.
Okay, now calm down, Mr. Bhadoria. 1 second.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the bait. Relax. He's going on to his point. He's making a point.
No, I think you have brought a favor seeker to your debate. It's all right for you. I'm here for this 20 minutes. I'm not on this debate after that.
Okay, fine.
Because favor
carry
seekers
on. Yeah,
Okay.
carry on.
So
Get to the point.
The fact remains that possibly, I would say, Rajiv Gandhi was one of the most corrupt prime ministers we've had. Possibly. I mean, if you look at corruption is also omission, looking the other way, and direct role in corruption. You know, starting from Anderson, from the Sikh genocide that was perpetrated, and he kind of cushioned it, you know, to all the way to Bofors, all the way to severe curtailment of the press, severe curtailment of the freedom of expression, everything combined. I mean, it would be foolhardy to say Rajiv Gandhi was not corrupt. Now, what we're discussing is, has the Prime Minister lowered the bar by combining it with the choice of words? So I would like to request you to say those words in Hindi, exactly what he said. And I personally do not think that one should be taking that much offense to what the Prime Minister said. He said it in Hindi.
Okay, he said it in Hindi.
Are we talking about Bengal?
No, he's saying, look, there's a context to this debate and we can't divorce the context from this debate because you're the people who invoke the context. And I'll tell you why. You have come out, and Dr. Sumant C. Raman will perhaps underline it. He will say that Mamata Banerjee is cut up. She's upset. As you said, Sabha Naqvi. Because the Prime Minister has a habit of making pointed, hurling pointed barbs and insulting people. That's what you said. Roundabout, that's what you said. The point is, in the past, I've shown you examples.
Had any opposition party done that, they would have been hauled up by the election commission.
Look, 1 second. The election commission has gone into...
That was an
the election commission has gone into 6 of the Prime Minister's, 1 second, 6 of the Prime Minister's statements. And is it not a fact that the election commission has gone into 6 of his statements that were found to be ultra virus? And what did the election commission come out and say? Cleared the Prime Minister. So we are back to square one. My point is, it's not as if Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi at that time had a great relationship with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. But they rose to the occasion and they collaborated on several.
Manmohan Singh would not talk like this.
It doesn't matter. The point is, please. Dr. Manmohan Singh has said a lot. He's done a lot. He doesn't need anyone's. He's not some. Please don't reduce him. Don't do the injustice of saying that he's some Gunga. Gudda. Please, that's not the fact. That's not the fact. He said what he had to say. He said it on several occasions. When he wanted to say it, he said it. Now, it's a different matter that he couldn't bring himself to say it. That's a different matter, and then many people criticized him on that account. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. You have to put the nation first at some point, and this is not a matter. This is not an inter-party affair. This is about people and their welfare.
No,
Now I
one
want to
second.
ask a question.
Arey, the people
One
of
second,
Bengal
I
were
want to
not
ask a
impacted
question.
by the cyclone, Rahul.
It's not
You
about
carry
that,
on
it's about
the nation.
preparation,
Rahul,
it's
this is
about
about the
preparation,
nation.
it's about
It's about
preparation,
the
it's
Cyclone
about
had
not
passed
taking
by
any
the time the Prime
chances.
Minister did those two photo
No,
opportunities.
please don't
It had
don't
passed.
don't don't
It had
don't
hit
trivialize
Odisha.
don't trivialize
I'm not-
a massive
I am not
massive
it
relief
had
effort
seriously
that was
damaged
no
Odisha.
please, it took the coordination of
So why
both the
don't the
state
BJP
and the
workers,
center
your
to work
cameramen,
together.
why don't they go and do the relief work
One
in
second.
Bengal? I have a very good question.
one
The
second.
Prime Minister.
No,
Are you objecting to the fact that the Prime Minister is asking a state of the Indian
all
Union,
the
do you want any
satellite
help?
information.
What would it have cost Mamata
I am
Banerjee to
not
say,
objecting.
Mr. Prime Minister, no thank you, we are well taken care of, but nice of you to have inquired,
Yeah.
thank you very much,
As simple as that.
bang, phone down. No, she didn't get
It
on.
was
And
the
she goes on to
protocol.
say, he's
They
not
had-
my Prime
they-
Minister.
anyway.
Who's our Prime Minister? The Bangladeshi Prime Minister is our Prime Minister. Who's our Prime Minister? I want to ask Mamata Banerjee this question. Tell me, Pakistani Prime Minister is your Prime Minister. Who's your Prime Minister? Are you your own Prime Minister?
Rahul,
Are we going to have
Can
two
I-
constitutions, two Prime Ministers?
can I speak?
Is this Kashmir? I want to ask, let me ask, Mr. Sundarajan, I want to ask you today, Suman Siraman,
Suman.
straight question.
Yeah.
If the Prime Minister is not Mamata Banerjee's
me-
Prime Minister,
let
is
me
she
answer
today
this. Give
rejecting
me-
the will of the people? Is she today suggesting that she is some
one second.
separatist? I'm asking you this question.
No, this entire 1 second. No, 1 second. Bengal elections have still not concluded, and it is very likely that Mamata Banerjee may have been worried about the Prime Minister claiming credit for any kind of relief work that may have happened. For
So?
instance, in Tamil Nadu, we had a terrible cyclone last year called Gaja, and the Prime Minister never turned up to even
Nor did he
inspect,
turn
even
for
though the death
OT
toll
in,
was higher
yeah.
than Cyclone Fani.
First time he's
Okay,
gone for a.
so you
yeah.
have to understand that she might have been extremely wary of being, of the credit being upstaged for whatever work that the state government had done, and
the
that may
Again,
have been the reason.
again,
but you have
lives
to look at
again,
it from the larger
Lives
Again,
in
perspective.
Odisha,
Look,
guys,
Again,
get
what
the
are we
geography
comparing?
Look at the path of
One
the
second,
cyclone.
what are we comparing?
Look at the
Apples
path
with
of the
oranges?
cyclone.
Don't
Look
lives
at
don't
the-
matter to you,
Yeah,
sir?
the
war lives
If
on-
Naveen Patnaik can meet the
This
Prime Minister,
Prime
what
Minister
is wrong
today
with
after
Mamata
that
Banerjee?
war,
She doesn't have the
You
time.
said you were a
No,
scientist.
she's
you're a
speaking
science
like
guy.
she's speaking like someone who has rejected the constitution of this country. That's the problem.
Every single religion respects the dead, Rahul.
Again?
Every single religion respects the dead. Tell me one religion which does not respect the dead. And
So
on
we
what-
don't. So we
and
stop
the kind
examining
of
our
Rahul
past.
Gandhi called
We do
him
not talk
called,
about
Hitler.
Nehru's remark. No, no.
Hitler.
We don't talk
Rahul
about. No, no. We don't. One
Rahul
second.
Gandhi.
This is
We must
ridiculous.
talk
What
about
kind
Rahul.
of what kind of
Why?
silly
Why?
sentimentalism is this?
Father is not-
This is very silly
We must talk
sentimentalism.
about Boffa.
So we must not
The
investigate our
problem
past
was
because
with the
certain people are
language.
no more
The problem
and they
was
cannot
the
defend
whole
themselves.
thing.
This is reductive reasoning, sir.
It was so
This is
common.
completely
It was
reductive
language.
reasoning.
Don't
So let's
abuse the
not
dead.
let's not go into our past. Let's not look
I'm
at anyone's
sorry, it
record
is-
because
it is
those poor
common
souls
sense,
are not with
it
us
is
anymore.
basic human
Shameless.
decency
You're
that you
trivializing
don't
history, my
abuse
dear
the
man.
dead people
Completely
who can't
trivializing
defend
history. You're
themselves.
trivializing the weight of history.
It is
You're
not
trivializing the
sentimentalizing,
impact
it
of
is
history
common decency,
on our national
sir.
discourse. Nonetheless, I want to bring in. Let me ask that
Nobody is
question
trivializing the
from
impact of
from
history.
Dr. Suman C. Raman of the BJP.
Which
Let me
true
ask you,
Hindu
GVL
abuses the
Narasimha Rao.
dead?
The problem is. This is what the panelists are saying. You've heard them. The Prime Minister starts a fire, and then when he gets singed by it, he starts complaining. You need to explain. You
There's
need
no
to
complaint,
explain.
It's all a photo opportunity.
You need to
There's
explain.
No fire, there's nothing.
You need to explain.
It's all a photo opportunity.
Okay, it's all a
Wrong,
photo
wrong.
opportunity.
That's all.
Everything in India is a
Yeah, yeah,
stage,
that's what
is a stage
governance is.
theatre,
It's all a
stage
photo
drama,
op.
and of course, when Mamata Banerjee lands up next to a
Shot from the right angle
no,
also.
1 second. Next to a let me tell you, next to a police chief who is under investigation and pins a medal, that is honoring somebody. Is that what it is? When Mamata Banerjee stood in Singur, that was what? Not grandstanding. Come on. Let's not be so selective. Sama Naqvi expected a little bit more of you. You are a very senior
no,
journalist.
I am exactly
You've
like
been and
this.
seen
I
times.
have written-
You probably even
I have written-
yes,
I have
precisely.
written
So
about
let's
how
not
the Prime
not
Minister
whitewash
shot
one
from
version
a
over the
right
other.
crane
I
angle.
understand, but I want to bring in
Different.
GVL Narasimha Rao
No,
for whatever
no,
it takes to
no.
answer this question. You tell me,
Everything
GVL Narasimha Rao,
is
does the Prime Minister light the fire?
There was only a photo opportunity. There was no fire. The fire is only in the TV
I
studio.
think people watching your broadcast would really know, would realize that there are many people, independent analysts, who actually become apologists for anyone who is opposed to the BJP. I think it's so appalling. I think when the Prime Minister is taking a review of the preparations for the cyclone,
Okay.
when he is
After the
wanting to
cyclone is
initiate
passed,
any
the
kind of
preparation
measures
for the
to
You didn't answer my
after
question.
the
impact of the
is passed.
cyclone,
Fact checking.
I think
That's
where
all.
is the politics
Doing my
in
job
this?
as a journalist.
This government has ensured that there is a team India spirit. Even Mamata
2
Banerjee,
days
I
after that, the
can't, even
preparation
she had not
was
complained
made.
in the last 5 years of any kind of bias by the government.
Well, let me tell you, sir,
Even the
you call
communist
it Team
government
India
in
spirit,
Kerala has
but
not
is it a
complained of it,
coincidence
because
that
when it comes to
Naidu,
development,
that Mehbooba Mufti, that even some quarters of the Shiromani Akali Dal and the Shiv Sena had a problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party? These were your allies. Is there a coincidence? I don't know. I am leaving it at this. I need to take a short break. You have the answers, sir. Some of your own allies have come out and taken pot shots at you, so you need to also explain that. But we've run out of time. I'm taking a short break. Lots more coming up in just a few moments, viewers. Very chilling video that I'm going to play out for you.